What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the left side of the map in the red color, playing as Zeus. His name is HellsRavage. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Odin. He's from the DoD clan. His name is Brickhead. The map is Oasis, and this is the, I believe it's the losers portion of the BGO, one of the first rounds of the losers. So these players both lost their first round in the round of 8, and they have to win to stay alive in this tournament here. If they lose, they're out. They're placed 7-8. The winner will be on to play the loser of one of the semi-finals games. Brickhead is our resident Norse main, one of the only Norse players left in this tournament, and HellsRavage has been playing very, very well indeed. There was some talk about him maybe not having it anymore. He used to be one of the stronger players in Age of Mythology, the Titans, and hasn't played at that level for a long time. But when it comes to the tournaments, he really pulls it out, and he's really showing that he deserves to be here. I mean, he did obviously deserve to be here because he's beaten some tough competition in order to get to this spot. Zeus versus Odin on this map is super interesting, right? Because Odin in general not very good against Zeus and Greek in general, because their army just can't compete with the Zeus army as much as, like, say, an Egyptian army or an Atlantean army. And I find themselves on the back foot quite a bit if they don't have the hunt. But on Oasis, if you can find enough goat and cast your great hunt god power onto these goat, then it gives you that extra food to be able to play with and make life a little bit easier for yourself. So you do see that Brickhead's going for this double Ulsark start, which means he scouts the entire map nice and quick, tries to get as much goat as he possibly can, and then he'll send all those goat back to his base and great hunt that. Generally speaking, you don't use great hunt on the zebra. Potentially, you could use it onto the giraffe. You do get like if you can get 2 of them, you get an extra 600 food, which is huge. Or if you use it on the goat, you get like potentially an extra 1800 food if you let your goats fatten. And we do see he's moving out to the giraffe, and we'll see what he does with this. I don't think he's not going to use great hunt here. Nice lion for him as well. That's an extra 200 food. Sometimes people get a little bit annoyed when they see a hunt on their hunt, like aggressive hunt on their hunt, like lion or crocodile. But it's a really big thing because it just gets you an extra couple of hundred food. Killing off this giraffe is a bit strange. As Norse, generally speaking, as Norse, you don't want to kill off this second giraffe. You want to kill off the giraffe one at a time because you have a moving storehouse, basically. And that means that you want to eat as much of this food you can from one animal and then move to the next one with the ox cart. And that way you lose as little food as possible on the hunt, as opposed to Greek, who kind of wants to kill off these giraffe nice and early so that they can keep the giraffe close to their storehouse. We do see that Hermes is incoming for HellsRavage. It's not to be unexpected. We're probably on Oasis. You're probably going to see Hermes more often than not. However, I think Athena here simply just wins, especially because he's only got five goat here. But he's got this hunt here. He's got some nice berries to put a forward building somewhere, and you know that your opponent's not got as much hunt as well. So you can put some real pressure onto that with like a free Minotaur. Build a second Minotaur, get out Toxotes, pick off the Hersa, and then what does the Odin player do against the Restoration timing attack on this gold mine? But not what we're seeing. We're seeing Hermes, which is just as good. There's not a lot of answer for Centaur as Odin, especially when you have this hunt that's all the way out here. You can't wall it in. You can't do much else. You have to wall in your base. It's basically the only real way to survive the Centaurs is to wall in your base and play for the heroic age through Skadi and get out those Frost Giants to deal with the Centaur. We just see Sylvan Lore is immediately being researched. the Centaur running straight for these villagers gathering the hunt. This Raven may spot the Centaur here, so he should see it incoming. Yeah, he's running straight over that Centaur, so he should see. And there's still 200 food left in here, so he's going to have to leave this location. Brickhead has just hit the Classical Age 2 Freya. He's seeing a Ursa over here, so he may be able to hang around for a little bit. These Centaur do take 3 shots to be able, or 3 special attacks to be able to kill a villager over here. And we do see the Centaur running straight by the villagers. There is a little bit of HP left on that one. We see the bolt coming down onto the Ursa, and he is going to be going for the Ox Cart. That's totally fine for Brickhead. I feel like he should be running the Ox Cart back, but he does not really need it. He's got all of these goat here. He does have the berry bushes that he can utilize as well, so he will have to rebuild that Ox Cart if he so chooses to gather from those berry bushes. And we just see the walls are almost finished. Oh, you hate to see it when that happens there. Still like a little bit of a gap that the Centaur can run through, and it's looking like Hells is aiming for that one. He's going to run straight in here. There's still a Ursa that can help out. You just leave him on top of your villagers. Should be totally fine. Actually, you can't run past the wall. There you go. Unlucky. So Brickhead is going to be totally fine here. He's just going to go semi-fast heroic here. I don't think he needs to build too many military units. Try and deal the damage onto the Jason. For Hells to do any damage, he basically needs to get out Centaur. Not Centaur, he needs to get out like some Hoplite or some Hippocon to bash down these walls and then run around his opponent's base here. But I expect to see second town center incoming for HellsRavage, potentially third town center as well. And we are seeing, second longhouse here. A little bit interesting. There's not that much good wood here for Brickhead. He should probably be grabbing wood from this location here so that the Centaur can't harass too much. We see the Valkyrie getting tapped away by the Jason. Nice little bits of damage there onto the Valkyrie. Really hurts. And Hell's just going to be chilling for the moment. Looks like he's just happy with what he's got. And still no second town center. Very peculiar. No... What's he spending resources on? He's still building Centaur. So he's just massing the Centaur at this point. But no stables. No archery ranges. And no military academy. A little bit bizarre. Oh, and the Centaur gets trapped. A little bit of a bug there. These houses and wooden walls, they can sometimes be a little bit painful. And we are going to have to see some really good micro to keep this Centaur alive. Running him around. He's got the Valkyrie chasing him and the Ursa. Ursa's actually almost dead. We are seeing Jason and Odysseus try and take down this wooden wall. They'll be there for a while bashing away, but it should be totally fine. An option that Brickhead does have is to use this Ox Cart over here. Stop gathering wood. How much wood does he actually have in the bag? He's got 158. So he needs to get a little bit more because he needs to be able to build the armory. But he could build the armory and how much population does he have? He's got enough population here, so he could just build the armory instead of anything else. And he'd be okay here to just go straight to the next age. We're seeing him run towards this wood over here, and he's going to get greeted by these Centaur. Luckily, none of them will die, but one will be feeling close to death here. Only 16 HP left. And still, oh, here we go. Now the military academy is coming out archery range, so it looks like Hells is going to be staying one town center. I do like this. I like this a lot. We've still got 600 gold left in this gold mine, and we're building dwarves here for Brickhead. Sorry. So he can use this army to basically win this fight here. That's the aim, to win the fight against all of these raiding cavalry with the Centaur in the back. And hopefully you don't have Brickhead in the heroic age. But he will have the gold to get there, so he just needs to get the food. And you do see that he did move onto these berry bushes for just a little bit here. So we'll see what he can do. We do see that Hells is now moving forward with those hoplite. Trying to make as many of them as he can. Some random Centaur back in his base. The raiding cavalry are seeing what's happening. Maybe the Ravens scouted that out. This Raven here probably scouting out the army movements. I think Brickhead knows what's coming his way as the dwarves run out of gold here. See if he can sneak these dwarves up to this gold mine maybe. Well, looks like he's going for this one here. He's going to see all these hoplite. There's no restoration, but there is a ceasefire if he needs it. That is for Hells. Brickhead's got access to a forest fire, so if he drags the army close to the forest, he can utilize that one there. Nice micro so far from HellsRavage, picking off that Valkyrie there. The Odysseus is just about to get picked off. More Centaur moving into the back, and these Hoplite are just doing work as they do counter these raiding cavalries nicely. So they're bashing away at those Centaur in the back here. And not able to chase them in too far. We're going to see some more Centaur falling at this point. Looking like all of the population from Brickhead is falling at 61 population to 84 population. And Hells is looking like he is commanding this fight at this point. Really nice micro staying away from those Herser here, picking them off ever so slowly, but it doesn't matter how slowly you pick them off as long as you keep those Centaur alive. And he has completely shut down the army of Brickhead. Brickhead not even using his dwarves in this fight either. It looks like the Herser have finally got on top of these Centaur. Bit of a brain lapse from Hells, maybe having to do some macro at home, losing both of those Centaur. Not going to matter too much, but another Valkyrie does come out. There's still quite a few units here for HellsRavage as he's spamming those Hoplite out. Now the Valkyrie is going to be greeted by these Centaur as well, and this gold mining operation will be shut down, and it's looking like Hells is in a ridiculously good spot here. And I'm not sure why he's trying to retreat and make a better position for himself, because his position is great. He just needs to fight, make sure these Toxotes pick off the Herser, and then the Centaur pick off the Valkyrie, and then everything else will go well. You can see he's now also building Throwing Action because he's kind of running out of food at home. Throwing Action obviously counter the Hoplite, but that's going to be it. HellsRavage destroying Brickhead, absolutely running over Brickhead with that Centaur play, and Brickhead going down in this first game here. Not a lot to say about this one. This is textbook Odin versus Zeus. The only issue here, and the only way that you could possibly win this as Brickhead, is to semi-fast heroic age this. You had the walls set up, you were completely fine here. Maybe even fast heroic would have been a half decent idea, and then just spam out Throwing Axemen and Frost Giants after that, and try and get a hill fort down with a Frost. And if you did that, then at least you'd be in a position to continue in this game. But going for the raiding cavalry here, doing no real damage to Hells at all. The raiding cavalry came out really slow because you have to build up all those walls, and you couldn't really put on that early Norse pressure you can sometimes get. Got pushed off this hunt as well, lost a little bit of the giraffe that you would have had. Just some really small things followed by really strong push on this Oasis map. Gives HellsRavage the first win in this best of 5 series. If you enjoyed this game, please rate, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you want to see my videos as soon as they come out. My name's Boit, and I will see you guys next time.